Hello, this is Jennifer Pruitt. I'm doing my lab for week number 2, which is aseptic procedures. So basically, when we do our lab assignments, um, first thing you want to do, wash your hands with disinfectant soap, and do it again if you need to. You need to start off with not only clean hands, but also a clean environment. Don't have any food around, no drinks, don't chew gum. Obviously, don't smoke in whatever you're using for your lab. Also, pretty good idea since we're doing microbiology and dealing with some bacteria, possibly some chemicals. Wear your safety goggles at all times. I used to really like wearing these when I would do my anatomy and physiology assignments when we were dissecting something because I didn't want to get it in my eyes. Also, your clothing even matters when you do something. I can wear this, but as you can see, I have my strings tucked in so they're not going to be in the way or get into anything causing any kind of maybe a reaction or sticking to my clothes. Generally, I'll try to wear like a t-shirt that's a little more form-fitting that I don't care about. So if anything gets on it, I won't have to worry about it. Also, really important to disinfect your work environment, not just after you're done, but also before. I use a bleach solution plus really like rubbing alcohol. I clean with it. I do a lot with it. I feel like it gets things really clean. Also, you can do like a 10% bleach solution. I'll do that as well, especially after my assignments. Make sure also whatever space you're using is clean. It's free of pets. I make sure that when I do some type of a lab assignment like that, I will usually try to do it either late at night or really early in the day so I can put my 2 cats out for an extended period of time. So, I've had enough time for the whatever bleach or chemicals I've used to clean with to dissipate, so it won't make them sick also. Also need to make sure you label everything clearly. It's really important that you don't mix things that you're not supposed to or thinking it's one thing or another. Also, gloves. Gloves are really, really important. Even if you don't feel something on your skin now, you really could later on. It could cause a rash or make you sick. Everything that we're using as far as like maybe inoculating loops or needles, it all should be sterilized in a Bunsen burner or some kind of a flame to be able to sterilize them properly and kill any bacteria that might be sitting on them. Also, make sure to not leave any flames unattended. Obviously, when it's not in use, turn it off. Here, when I do any of those assignments, any of them, my hair will be pulled back, usually both with a hair tie and a headband. When you use something with a flame near alcohol, make sure that you don't have any papers around it that can cause some type of a fire or anything ignitable. Sterilize really well all of your equipment and materials. Consider everything a biohazard. Everything has potential for something being unhealthy. So be really, really careful. Take your time. Read the instructions really well. If you break anything, dispose of the glass in an appropriate container, especially if it's had chemicals on it. I'm diabetic, so I do have a sharps container. So anything I'm using in this class that I need to dispose of will go into a sharps container. Realistically, and I believe legally, anytime you use something like this, it has to go into a legal container that can be disposed of properly so it doesn't get into the wrong hands by accident or anything if we're using razor blades. Last semester we used the scalpels for anatomy and physiology. Same thing. Everything was disposed of in a sharps container. If you have any spills or anything, just be really careful about the environment that's in. Make sure it's well ventilated. I generally, this is kind of weird, instead of my kitchen, because I don't have really any windows in my kitchen, mine are in my living room. So I have a table, an old table that I use in there, and I've got my sliding glass windows and doors, and it can be very well ventilated. That's very, very important. So to make everything sterile and aseptic, um, that's what you do. This is Jennifer Pruitt, May 20th, 2018. Thanks.